What if the solutions to violence and self-defense aren't in the future, waiting to be invented or discovered by modern science, but hidden in our past, quietly preserved in the wisdom of those who came before us? Despite all our technological progress, the core of human conflict remains stubbornly unchanged, echoing through generations, regardless of the era. We chase new gadgets and quick fixes, but maybe the real answers are buried in ancient systems, complete martial arts, forged for survival, not sport, and designed to address the harsh realities of life and death. These arts were tested in real battles, feared by rulers, respected by all, and passed down through generations as a living legacy. Many vanished, not because they were weak or outdated, but perhaps because they were too powerful, too effective, and threatened the status quo. They integrated physical skill, mental discipline, and strategy, teaching warriors to control fear, read intentions, and use their environment to their advantage, blending mind and body into a single force. Modern sports have sanitized combat, turning it into entertainment, and forgetting the brutal efficiency and life or death knowledge that was once common. So, can ancient techniques help us today? Absolutely. They offer timeless principles that can be adapted to modern challenges, both physical and mental. Reviving these lost arts isn't nostalgia, it's reclaiming a vital part of our heritage and reconnecting with the roots of human resilience. It's about rediscovering practical, effective solutions we may have left behind. Solutions that could change how we face conflict, both within ourselves and in the world around us. Why did these powerful fighting systems disappear? What forces could erase entire traditions, leaving only whispers behind? Not because they failed, but because they threatened those in power. Rulers saw martial knowledge as a double-edged sword, capable of defending, but also of toppling thrones. Conquerors outlawed native martial arts, burned manuals, and hunted masters to prevent rebellion. The destruction was systematic, targeting not just people, but the very memory of their skills. Knowledge of combat is power, and rulers wanted a monopoly. By hoarding secrets, they controlled the fate of nations. Propaganda painted these arts as primitive, erasing pride and context from future generations. The stories of heroes and innovators faded, replaced by shame and silence. The techniques might survive, but stripped of strategy and philosophy, they became hollow. What was once a living art became a shell, missing its heart and soul. This pattern repeated: Romans suppressing Celts, Qing targeting Shaolin, Spaniards erasing indigenous arts. Across continents and centuries, the cycle continued. Each time, a vast library of combat knowledge was lost, not by evolution, but by calculated destruction. The world's collective wisdom was set ablaze, page by page. What remains is fragmented, incomplete, a shadow of what our ancestors knew. We inherit only echoes, piecing together what little survived. The loss wasn't natural, it was deliberate. The erasure was an act of control, not of time. Our understanding of human capability is still catching up. We search for lost wisdom, hoping to reclaim what was nearly erased forever. Beyond suppression, there were deeper forces at work, quietly erasing centuries of hard-earned wisdom. History itself conspired to erase martial knowledge, as if the world was determined to forget the secrets of the past. The rise of firearms made years of sword training obsolete. The skills that once decided life and death were suddenly irrelevant. On the battlefield, armies shifted to drills and formations, focusing on discipline and firepower rather than individual mastery. Martial arts became sports, stripped of their deadly intent, transformed into competitions and displays of skill rather than survival. Social change, urbanization, industrialization left little time or need for warrior training as people flocked to cities and new ways of life. Traditions broke, arts became ritual or vanished entirely, their meaning fading as generations passed. Most knowledge was passed orally. If a master died without a successor, centuries of wisdom vanished in an instant. Lost to time, written manuals were rare, and many were lost to war, plague, or neglect. Their pages crumbling or burned, their secrets scattered. Rediscovering even a single complete manuscript is like finding a message from a lost world, a fragile link to forgotten masters. The chain of transmission was fragile, one break, and the art was gone, sometimes forever. That's why every rediscovered technique is a window into a forgotten reality, a rare glimpse into the minds and lives of those who came before us. Today, a renaissance is underway, fueled by technology and global collaboration. The internet connects researchers and martial artists, sharing discoveries instantly. Digitized archives put ancient fight books online for anyone to study. Now, a practitioner in Australia can learn from a 15th century German master as easily as someone in Europe. Motion capture and AI help decode biomechanics and strategy, testing techniques in virtual scenarios. AI analyzes old texts, revealing hidden patterns and connections. This isn't about replacing practice, but accelerating understanding. We're digital scribes, preserving and reviving lost knowledge for a new era. The past is more accessible and more alive than ever. The revival is shattering myths, like the idea that medieval combat was clumsy. Modern practitioners reconstruct techniques, pressure test them, and prove their effectiveness. These aren't just academics, they're martial artists turning theory into living skill. Success in sparring shows these arts work, bridging history and modern practice. The process is collaborative, interpreting cryptic manuals, building better gear, and bringing techniques to life. The result? Complete, coherent systems with principles of timing, distance, and leverage, as valid now as centuries ago. Medieval swords were light and fast. Armored combat was technical, not brutish. By moving from myth to muscle, we honor the genius of the old masters. Modern martial sports are effective, but they're designed for safety. Rules, referees, points. Ancient arts had one rule: survive. No forbidden targets, eye gouges, throat strikes, and joint breaks were standard. The goal was to end a fight quickly, targeting vulnerabilities. Training included situational awareness, using the environment, and transitioning between weapons and empty hands. The mindset wasn't about winning points, but getting home alive. That brutal honesty makes these arts valuable for real-world self-defense. In chaos, there are no rules, only survival. Ancient systems offer tools and mindsets for the worst-case scenario. Their lessons are as relevant now as ever. Reviving ancient arts is about more than technique. It's reclaiming a lost philosophy. Training forged not just bodies, but minds. Teaching patience, humility, and focus. In a world of distractions, martial practice demands presence and clarity. This focus is meditation, emotion, calming the mind. Failure in training builds resilience and mental toughness. The greatest enemy isn't outside, but within. Fear, anger, ego. Martial arts teach self-control, acting with intention, not impulse. The true warrior's path is about inner peace and strength, not seeking violence. These lessons make life more focused, disciplined, and meaningful. Let's look at lost arts now proven real. Shaolin iron body training, once myth, is now understood as progressive conditioning, Qigong, impact training, and herbal medicine building real resilience. It's not magic, but advanced knowledge of physiology. Rediscovering these methods could benefit sports medicine and therapy. Byzantine hand-to-hand combat, reconstructed from scattered sources, reveals a brutal pragmatic system for armored warfare. It blended Greek wrestling and Roman techniques for survival in chaos. European longsword arts, revived from detailed manuals, show a science of timing, leverage, and geometry. The longsword was fast, elegant, and deadly. Nothing like Hollywood's clumsy image. Modern HEMA proves these arts deserve respect alongside any in the world. As we revive these arts, what's their future? They could transform modern combat. Military and police may adopt ancient principles for close quarters advantage. But with power comes responsibility. These arts are dangerous, and their misuse is a real risk. The community must be both practitioners and guardians. Imagine a future fighter blending ancient wisdom, modern tactics, and mental discipline. A true hybrid. The journey isn't over. Many traditions remain lost, waiting to be rediscovered. By listening to the past, we expand our understanding of human potential. The real question, will we use this knowledge to build a safer future or repeat old mistakes? The choice is ours. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Select a video on your screen, and I will see you there.